Yo, what is good, people of YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of the podcast. We got two more of my friends with me. This will officially be the first time we have Paris on the podcast. She was dying to be on. We actually recorded an earlier version. She was supposed to be on episode 4, but the episode didn't turn out so great. I'm at fault for it. I didn't do a really good job, and so I was just like cringing at myself, and I was like, Paris, I'm sorry, I can't do this. We gotta do it again. So Kamryn's gonna be the mediator again, and we're just gonna chop it up about, I don't know, life, relationships, drama. Nothing in like specific, obviously. And also, I'm really hungry, so
this won't be long.
Yeah. We'll just, whatever you want to talk about, Paris, whatever you want to get into.
What? I thought this was all three of us.
Well,
there's a lot of drama
I'll start
going
it
on in
off.
the house. Yeah.
Basically, I'm hurting. I am devastated. So Paris and I were thinking of ways to make yourself feel better.
Or make your
That's
friends
so
feel
good.
better.
Yeah.
Like ways to heal.
Why are you wearing those glasses?
The light's kind of bright, so I just wanted to...
Well, thanks for offering us sunglasses to wear.
No, I just wanted to switch it up a little bit and put on some sunglasses for once, you know? Just try out the vibes.
Okay. Anyway, so about making each other feel better. I think that for yourself, Kamryn, what do you think has helped you recently?
I think letting myself feel things, because I've heard from other people like, you need to stop feeling bad for yourself. You need to get out. You need to change your mindset. You need to like do this and do that. But I was talking to someone about it, and it feels good to be sad. Like, it feels good.
Your
It's
family
okay
friend
to
that you
feel
called
it.
yesterday.
No.
Oh.
A different friend.
I've heard the same story like literally 50 times about what's happening, but
I think it's important
we're here
to
to
feel
serve.
it to change your mindset, because if you just like bottle it in, it's gonna go nowhere. You're not gonna solve anything. It's a quick fix to like a long-term problem, you know? So I don't think that would help. I think it's just important to feel everything and to gather my thoughts and to like journal. That's been helping too. And like having a good support system. You have to edit that out. You can talk about that while you're editing that out. I'm not putting that on there. Did you see how mad I was?
Wait, why? I was gonna get into details. I was just saying, like,
No, we're not. You have to edit that out.
Anyway, so
This is gonna be a thumbnail of us like.
about the
Kamryn's
whole
so pissed.
feeling pain.
Dang it.
I think it's important because if you just put like a Band-Aid on it, you're just going to keep getting hurt in that exact same spot. And it's not till like you do surgery kind of to like make sure.
What's surgery?
What are you talking about right now? It's not. What is she talking about?
Okay, anyways, if your friend is hurting, I think it's important to like not belittle their feelings. Like me and Charles were talking about this, and like sometimes when you tell people like, oh, I feel this way or I feel this way, they'll be like, oh, there's no reason to feel that way. And kind of like what we were talking about, I didn't even realize that in relationships, sometimes like it can become toxic if you don't.
I was telling you about that. Like,
And I had never heard of that. You can explain it better.
Yeah, I was just telling Paris about it. Like, it's important to validate feelings because something that I noticed in myself first on that I saw that was happening with Paris and Isaiah.
What are you talking about?
What?
I can't take you seriously with us.
Just let me do my
Sorry,
thing, all
I
right?
won't look.
This is actually really important.
Okay.
Okay. So every time Paris would feel some type of way.
No, we're not talking about my relationship.
No, I know.
on
I'm
this-
just. I'm
every
getting.
single time.
I know. I'm not going to get into details, but I'm just saying, like,
Sometimes
you'd feel
maybe, I
like
don't know.
upset or you'd feel an emotion, and then it wouldn't be validated when that person will be like, "Oh, you're overreacting," or "Oh, you're overthinking," and it's
Yeah.
making it seem like it's not normal to feel like your emotions, right? And so it's important to be like, "Okay, why are you feeling this way?" and addressing the situation, and then handling it. So it's like, what can I do so that you don't feel that way? You know?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm trying to say with like the Kamryn situation. And same with like if this were to happen to Charles, if Charles were to be like, hey, Paris, I'm having a really bad day. Sometimes I'm like, Charles, suck it up. Like he's trying to tell me like, oh, I'm having a bad day. I'm like, Charles, suck it up.
I'm never having a bad day.
No, the other day you were though. You're like, I'm depressed.
This
After I
never happened.
cried
I'm
out
cutting this
leaving.
out. This might not be an episode, bro.
I know, but it's therapeutic.
All right, it's fine. Yeah, whatever. If it makes it, it doesn't. Whatever. It's fine.
Okay. Anyways, it'll be the second one I'm cut on. So
Because I've been sad, some people have told me, like, you don't have anything to be sad about. Like, these problems are so small. Like, you're a pretty girl. You don't have any debts. Like, your problems are tiny compared to other people. Like, you don't have anything to be sad about.
Invalidating your feelings.
And I don't like that because, like, I was talking to someone about it a few months ago. I was like, yeah, like, I feel like my problems, since I feel very privileged, like, my problems aren't real. And then someone told me, like, yeah, but you've never experienced, like, I don't know how
otherwise.
Yeah, you've never experienced otherwise. So these problems to you, like, are a big deal.
Yeah, exactly.
So, like,
but it's not good to like hold it in, because then that's when really bad things happen. When it just keeps like, oh, I'm just gonna keep holding this in. It's important to talk about it, because like your friends, like me and Charles, can give you advice and like relate with you. And sometimes your friends just need someone to hear them and like feel important and feel listened to, because sometimes if it's just in your head, you're not telling anyone. But like, it's important to tell people your feelings, you know what I mean? Like, we're all friends, but we're gonna have bad days.
Are you feeling better now? Like, after talking to everyone and going through, you know, like getting everyone's perspective on it?
no, to be honest, I don't know, because like lately, which is good, I have moments where I feel really good and not sad at all. Like last night I was talking in the car and I felt really, really good. But like I woke up today and I felt so slumped and I felt really sad. And like coming back in here, I felt sad again. I was like, I don't know why, but I just feel like.
But we had a good day.
Yeah. But like,
okay,
I
would
feel like
say
those are
this.
just distractions. Sorry. But it was a good distraction.
I think it's better that you're hanging out with people and doing stuff, like going on a walk. It's just better for you mentally.
You need
and
to be
spiritually
outside, you
than
know what I
like
mean?
crying in your room and not eating, you know?
Yeah.
So
I was in yoga and I had this little tap from God, like, text Kamryn. And I was like, okay, God. And so I texted her and we went on this 5-mile walk. So I'm impressed with Kamryn.
Thank you. I'm sore. I haven't worked out in like a week.
it was crazy to see you guys hanging out when like Paris FaceTimed me.
You
and I
looked,
was just
Charles was like,
I was like, whoa, like that's cool. And there was like, we were playing What Do You Mean while you guys were in the minivan yesterday. And that card was like that feeling when you introduced your two friends and now they're hanging out without you, you know?
Oh,
so
yeah.
that just
did you
came
feel
up.
that?
No, a little bit. But it was just crazy. Like,
Well, we
I
invited
was just
cool.
trying to be
no, I know.
nice.
I didn't mean it in a bad way. I was just saying like, it was just like, wow, like you introduced these two people now. But it's, for me, it's beautiful to see like everyone like getting along. Like me introducing Isaiah and Igor. And now Isaiah's like, where's Igor? Where's Igor? Like all the time. So it's like cool to see that like all these connections are being made.
Well, I wouldn't have met you if I didn't meet Isaiah.
That's what I
And
was-
if
Exactly.
Isaiah didn't introduce me to you.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have met you if I hadn't gone to the church.
I know, that's
I don't know
crazy.
if that makes sense, but yeah.
If it wasn't for Jack, you'd never.
I
You know
wouldn't have
what I mean?
met anybody.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So
I
see,
would-
we need those connections.
Yeah.
I think it's a very fine line though when it comes to like sharing friends. Because I know like for my sister, she gets really offended if like, because she doesn't have like the most friends in the world. So when she shares like a friend, like let's say Kamryn was my best friend and I introduce you to Charles and like you just go hang out alone and like are secretive about it, I think that that's a difference.
Yeah, for
Like if you're not going to tell someone like what I'm doing, you're turning off your location, you're, you know, blocking people from your story, it's showing like being secretive, and above being secretive, you also have something to hide. So I think that that's not okay. And like, or if you ditch someone to go hang out with them or something, then I don't think that's okay. But I think it's cool to be like, hey, Kamryn's not having a great day, I'm gonna reach out to her and then invite Charles later once we've had girl time type of thing. Because like it wasn't like we hid it from Charles. He literally, we went to go get cakes after.
Yeah. And I'm not hurt by it. I'm just saying like I'm hungry right now. You know what I mean? So like I literally.
I told you I'm gonna make you a smoothie.
Today, literally, Paris calls and she's like, I'm hanging out with Kamryn. Also, can you take us to Nothing Bundt Cakes? And we go and I'm like, Paris, I'm hungry. And she's like, okay, but I need to eat my bundt cake first, so take me home.
No, I said take me to your place so we can have a fork. And then I said I was gonna make you a smoothie.
But I
and
was
then
just-
it was
I was
Charles's idea
invalidated.
to do the podcast.
No, it wasn't. It was Paris's idea. I promise you.
Oh, really?
My feelings of hunger were not validated, is what I'm trying to say.
Charles, you're gonna eat and you're gonna live.
I'm starving.
You're
bro.
going to have a solution. I
Yesterday,
don't
this
have a
man
solution.
buys like
No, don't
5
do it. Don't.
entrees.
This isn't- stop
I kid
it,
you not.
Paris.
He got a burger.
Paris,
He
why are
got
you doing this?
All this stuff, and
I
this
was
man
hungry.
ate it
It
all.
was my first meal
and I
of the
had
day.
tacos, and I ate like a little bite, and I was like, I'm not that hungry.
Paris just had a whole bundt cake, and I've had nothing to eat today. So
It's
Let the
okay.
record
Kamryn has
show.
a bundt cake too.
She hasn't
You
eaten
can
it
have
yet.
some. Yeah.
I don't want to eat sugar.
I just haven't been hungry.
What is needed for a healthy relationship? I want to hear from you guys.
I think number one is being able to communicate. Like both parties have to be able to feel comfortable sharing how they feel, and then not being confrontational, but just like being comfortable in a situation where one person's hurt or when you're hurt, and you can communicate that. You know,
Yeah.
and I see Paris is like working on that.
I'm not good at like telling people how I really feel.
Yeah, exactly. So I look at that.
Not
I'm
just like in relationships and like friendships and anything.
Yeah, and so it's these little things that start in the beginning that become a huge thing later on, where you're like, why didn't I see this? But it was literally you were brushing it off. You know what I mean? So right now it's fine because there's still a lot of honeymoon phase going on. It's still very new and fresh, and being a freshman and first college relationship and all this stuff. And I'm seeing all these things, so I'm telling you, like,
Only hopefully.
no, but it's good, and it's like a first experience, and it's fun. But like, there's things you have to be able to address and like grow as you.
What do you think, Kamryn?
For a healthy relationship?
Yeah. For all the viewers.
Cam's like, how would I know?
I know. I think starting off from a place of friendship.
Yeah.
So you build
Ooh,
that
that's a
like
good one.
level of trust.
Let's
What
go.
it's like, okay, the first
That's
time
really
I
good.
met Charles, we did this thing where it was like, these are the top things my significant other needs. So what would you say like are the 5 top things they have to have? And if they don't have it, like they're automatically.
So we're talking about like emotionally, right? Like physically, obviously, people have preferences.
No, you
but
so
just-
do two physical and then do 3 like other than that.
Okay, physical for me.
Oh, Kamryn's off the bat. Right?
Go for it.
The first physical thing for me personally is like over 6 feet.
I agree.
I'm not a tall person, but I love
we
tall
have to
people.
tell them what you had to do
Bro,
yesterday.
there's a lot of guys in the house that are just like that like you.
Kamryn made Isaiah, who's like, how tall is Isaiah?
6'2".
Made Isaiah go stand next to this guy to get like an idea.
Okay, yeah, we're like, go stand next to him. Let's see
He's
how
like,
tall he is.
what? That's so weird. And he's like,
And we-
okay.
And then he stands over and it's like, oh, he's like 5'10", 5'11".
He's standing right next to him, just like
He was like this.
with his hands in his pockets, like
Okay, so
Very
sorry,
casual.
height.
height.
Very
and then
important.
the second thing, I really like dimples. I like dimples a lot. I think the past people that I've liked, like if you look at the trajectory, they've all had dimples.
That's cool.
Height and dimples, got it.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Charles,
so
do you have
then-
dimples? Charles does have dimples.
Yeah. I could never. Not in a bad way, but like
we're homies. We're homies.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
I know,
So-
I was just joking.
the 3 things for personality. Number 1, they have to be trustworthy. Because if you lie to me,
You're
it's
out.
over. I hate liars. Just in general, I can't stand liars unless it's for a good reason. To like, no, well, I don't know.
That
We
brings
can
up
get
a
into
point.
that.
Do you think?
But
okay,
you
we'll ask
also
later.
came up with a thing where you were like unconditional love, you know, and that was like super insane.
Yeah,
'Cause
but
you're
after like
you're like, it's unconditional. There's nothing that this man can do that can change how I feel about it.
yeah, but after like lying, I just like
Okay, well, that's
Automatic
good.
out. Okay, we got height, dimples, line. Next.
they can't lie. Yeah, they have to be trustworthy. The second thing,
Just
I want
go.
them to be empathetic.
Good.
Like when I communicate, I want them to be able to be like, yeah, I understand how you feel, blah blah blah. You know, like
Yeah.
validate how I feel.
Boom.
Don't
Beautifully
counteract
said.
it. You know,
Just listen.
One more
yeah.
thing. Last one.
Last one. I want them to be able to get along with other people, like my family, my friends.
Oh, that's actually a really good one.
Yeah, because if you're not respectful to other people, that just like shows the kind of person you are
Yeah.
and like who you'll be in the future with like kids, with
I'm learning so much about my past self right now. Like
Wow.
going back and like seeing the person that I was before I joined the church, and seeing like being around all these girls that talk about like things that they like and don't like, and it's just like such a trip because it's like it's just crazy for me. But anyways, Paris, did you want to?
Oh, I can go.
Too physical first.
Yeah, definitely tall. And then the second thing would be like that they have a good smile. I don't know. I think that's the first thing I look at. And then
Super
for like personality, they have to love Jesus like so much. Like not just like, oh yeah, I go to church.
Hardcore Christian, like
not
a real
like
Christian.
Easter and Christmas. Like they literally call them like ECC. I don't want an ECC. It's like an Easter Christmas service Christian. I want like someone who's like devoted to Jesus, because as it says in the Bible, like you have to be equally yoked with your spouse. So like they need to have like the same energy that I do for Jesus, and like the same heart burning on fire for Jesus. So like that's a big thing.
They need to eat a lot of eggs.
No, I hate eggs. We had this exact conversation.
I know, I'm saying yoked.
Okay.
Like a lot of yolks.
Anyways.
Dang it. Go for it. Go for it. Go ahead.
And then they have to, okay, we had this conversation, and like when I first met Isaiah and Charles, we did this, and I said loyal. Like that is like the number one thing. You have to be super loyal, and like with that comes like you just love everything about me type of thing. Is that narcissistic?
No.
Okay, good. So
You're
yeah.
a lot to deal with though. So.
No, I'm not. Charles.
I mean, in a good way, obviously.
Do you think I have a lot to deal with?
No.
They don't know you like that. Shout out to Isaiah if he's watching this.
Who's they don't
Or
know
what?
you like that? You said that to Kamryn.
Well, she doesn't know you like super in depth yet, you know?
Okay, whatever. So loyal. And then after loyal and Jesus, well, Jesus first.
Last one.
I know. Funny, but also sly / this has nothing to do with funny, but they have to be really good with my family and friends too. But not like sarcastic funny. Just like they have to be able to laugh, not be like, you know who. Charles went on a date with this girl and we were there.
Dude, why do you always do this?
And the girl, like, I need to tell the story. Basically, the chair was falling apart, and Isaiah comes to sit, and it like, he like breaks the chair. And I was drinking water at the time, so I spit it out my nose and mouth. Like, I just couldn't stop laughing. And the girl sits like this. I can't have someone like that. You need to be dying laughing too on the ground.
We were
okay?
also playing What Do You Meme, and her cards never got picked. So it was just like, dang,
I can't have her. I can't have someone like that.
Yeah, we all had our own like sense of humor going. So it was just like, it was tough for her to get in.
Similar sense of humor, basically. Yeah. And then my family has to like them, which Isaiah has all of those things.
Yeah. The sarcastic funny is actually my least favorite. When
thing
people are
ever.
like always sarcastic, I'm just like,
you're like, are you being serious?
Yeah.
I'm too gullible.
That's not my thing either. But okay.
Let's hear Charles. You had so much time to think.
I know. I'm ready. Can I say like pretty face, good body? I'm gonna get so much hate for that. I feel like Cam's literally giving me the death look. Like,
No, I'm just in my head.
oh, okay. But yeah, can I say that, or does that?
Well, it's already on, so yeah, I guess.
All right, pretty face, good body, so physical.
So what's a good body? I need to know.
They're just active and they have a good body. You know?
Okay.
What if they were active but they were thick?
Thick girls deserve love too. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Well, I didn't mean that in a bad way. Like thick girls don't get love, but I know that you like.
I like me some thickies. You know what I'm saying?
You do?
Thick monster.
Paris said it, not me. But yeah, good face, good body, active. Like.
I'm just gonna clarify.
No, I gotta say this. Physically, they have to look good without makeup.
Do you want thick or skinny? I need to know.
That's what I was wondering. That's why I didn't mean it in a bad way when I was like.
No, like.
I used to like thick girls,
like,
but I think like over time, I'm like skinny's probably like better, because once like I'm thinking long term, you know, like once girls become a mom, and I'm thinking wifey, you know, like once they have kids and they're already like some thickums, you know, like, and they have kids. It's just like, it's harder to get back, you know?
No, it isn't, but okay.
But yeah, so yeah, slim thick, actually. Slim thick, you know what I mean? They got the meat where it matters, you know what I'm saying?
Oh no.
This might not make it, honestly, because then I'll literally get Paris. I cannot believe you said this. Like, I can't
right
believe.
now,
Like,
and I'm not saying that.
But yeah, I said
I
something
don't know.
in
I
the
just think
podcast,
it's
and I was
sad.
so hurt.
I'm not like saying this towards you. I'm just saying in general. I think it's sad that like guys expect so much for girls' bodies. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Kamryn,
And girls actually don't really care about guys, but I've heard this from so many girls.
I
Like,
just
they
feel
actually
like,
don't care.
Like, I love my body. I have nothing wrong with my body, but I'm just saying, like, I feel like certain people, if you say like, oh, you look too skinny, or I mean, like, if someone's really skinny, you're like, oh, you're anorexic, eat this. Or if you're too fat, like, don't eat. And it's like, how are you supposed to define like what's a good body if you're not like a size 2 with a butt and boobs? Like, you can't, not everyone's gonna be a size 2.
And beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Like, there's guys that everyone has their own thing that they see that's appealing, so everyone's gonna have their own taste.
I'm just saying, be positive with your body, because it's a temple, and like,
I agree.
It's the only thing that you have. So like, love who you are, and if you want to change, like, change. I you know, there's so many ways to change, but at the same time, don't think that you have to change. Like,
Yeah.
love your body, you know, nourish it and give it what it needs, and understand that that's okay. What you have is good enough, and you don't need to like, I wish I was this Victoria's Secret model. Like, no, that's not realistic. They're face tuning their stuff.
And to go off your point, like, girls, regardless of your body type, whatever you're trying to do, like, there's gonna be guys that like your body type for the way it is now.
If
and
you
even
feel
if
like
you're
you
trying
have
to achieve something, big thickums. And even if you're trying to like achieve a certain body type, like a Kendall Jenner body type or whatever, right? A Victoria's Secret model, like, you can get that body type and then turn off like all these other guys that don't like that body type. So everyone has their own thing, and like, be yourself, love yourself.
Don't
like, that's the key
act
thing.
like you have to be someone else.
Yeah, because everyone's gonna have their own thing that they like. So
don't worry what guys have to think. Charles.
So yeah,
Slim
all right.
thick.
Being okay, so that'll tie into my first thing with personality is like they're confident. Confidence in a girl, and like this is a universal thing, like confidence in a girl, not arrogance or narcissism, but confidence, you know, and that's a fine line. Like, girls will just, you can tell like based off of a girl's Instagram if she's crazy, you know, because she's feeling herself too much. Like selfie, selfie, bikini, selfie, bikini.
What do you think our Instagrams are?
Fine. You guys are normal, like, good Christian girls. Like, it's solid. Paris, you're literally, stop.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh, Paris. This is why it doesn't make, because you're literally the whole time.
I have ADHD and I can't sit still.
Anyways, confidence. Number 2 would be what I find attractive. Dang it, Paris. You're literally throwing me off.
You already said pretty face, nice body, and then they have to be
Thick
pretty
gums.
without makeup.
Oh yeah, pretty without makeup is super key. I talked about this with Isaiah. Like, you have to be attractive to me without makeup. Like, I can't, because it's scary if you're always wearing makeup and you take it off and it's like, oh no.
Catfish.
You know? So like, yeah, and then yeah, it's nice when they look good without makeup and then they put on makeup. Like, Isaiah was telling me, he's like, dude, I always thought Paris was attractive, but once she put on makeup, I was like, oh my gosh, like, Paris. Like, he was like, dude, I got like an added like blessing out of it. So shout out to Isaiah. They have to accept me for me. Like, they don't want to
change you.
They don't want to change me. They have to love me for me. And obviously that has to go both ways. Like, I have to like the girl.
What about loyal?
Yeah, obviously I feel like that's just like
a given.
Like,
I don't know if it is. Cameron, what do you think?
I'm a very loyal person.
You think it's automatically a given?
I'm so loyal. Girls, I'm literally like the most loyal guy ever. Just saying.
He won't hang out with his friends anymore, I've heard.
Because if the girl wants me to cut him off, then I'm just kidding. That's terrible. That's terrible.
Oh my goodness, the funniest thing happened.
So
we were in the car and it was me and Charles, and we were like, I was like, oh, Charles, like, what would you do if Isaiah didn't like your girl? And he was like,
this is funny.
That would suck. And I was like, yeah, for Isaiah. And
we just started dying because it's like, if I really like this girl, you know, it'd just be like, Isaiah would just be like, dude, why haven't you picked up my calls for the last month? I don't know. No, that wouldn't happen. That actually wouldn't happen. It's different now.
So if you're single and if you have a good body and if you're all of his qualities, and why have you not said anything about Jesus?
Oh, dude, that's a given too. I've always said
these
this.
Are not given. Like,
okay, yeah. Like, okay, that'll be at the very, very top is good Christian girl. Preferably like LDS so we can get married in the temple. But right now, as for dating, like a good Christian girl I'm good with, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, I think that'll be the end of episode 7 if any of this makes it.
I feel like it won't.
I know, there's a lot I gotta cut out.
This.
No, it's
Guys,
fine.
I just want to make this very clear. I'm so blessed to be friends with both of them. They're just great people. And surround yourself with great people who make you feel good about yourself. So.
Yeah, and that'll be the wrap up. And thank you guys so much for listening and watching. And we'll see
Jesus
you
loves you.
Amen. Take care, guys.
Bye.